Hello and welcome back. I think I figured out what was going on here. So, the electrical cable is setting on its powers and all that. That's fine. I had to, for some reason, the events thing didn't work. So all I've done is I've changed that back to where is it now? Where is it now? Is it check for power? No, it wasn't. Set connections. Yeah, all I've done is change that back just to set those rather than calling the events. Didn't seem to work for some reason. But what's happening now is it doesn't know if it has power or not because it's not checked. That's why. So when the electrical connector receives a connection, it needs to check that it has power. So we know it's connected. But the problem is it doesn't know what it's connected to. So we need to add in connected cable, and this is going to be a type of electrical cable. So BP electrical cable. Okay, so now we've got that. We need to know when that's connected. So how do we tell that? So when the electrical cable makes its connection, it sets that it's connected, but it doesn't tell it what it's connected to. So we need to tell it. We need to tell it who we are. Okay, so we also need to set this. So set connected cable. Okay. And the connected cable, let's just tidy that up a bit, is easy enough. It's just a connection to self. So this is the cable anyway, and we need to do this on here. So we just oh, didn't want to do that. We want to Control D and set that one, and should I Control D that one as well? Never mind. Set to that one, and we're going to bring that connection into there, and there, and just press Q on those and Q on those, even though that's not how it goes, but never mind. It's just bring you down a bit. I want to try and keep this a little bit readable. Bring it down a bit. All right, let's compile that. So now that should have stored who the connected cable is when it runs, and we will test that now by running this. So now the light has its own electrical connector, and it should now say, oh, I didn't make it viewable. I wonder if that will let me do that whilst it's running. Nope. Didn't think so. Let's make it instance running. We don't need this in game, but we do need it for debugging. So for now, this will do. So field light base, come down to its connector, and it should have a cable. So all we need to do now in here is check that we're connected. Now we should be if we've got this as well. But I am going to still do a validated get on this. So we'll do a validated get just to make sure we don't come across any problems. Because if I've done a problem here, then it might still come through to here. But this might not be connected still. So just in case, for now. So the connected cable is this. Now all we need to do is set the powered here. And that's easy enough by getting this. Oh, never had that happen before. Powered to there, and then we want to get powered and set that into there. Bring that up. There we go. So that will check for power. We could optimize some of this by having checks to see what was the last state. If it is the same, don't bother doing all this. So we won't have to have all this code running, but that's later on. That's optimization. Let's just get it working. So now that will set that it's powered. Okay. which is fine. In the light, all we're doing is on event check, we're checking for power, and if so, we're switching the light. So we can check for power, we get its base, the electrical base, we'll check if it's powered and set it there, and then in switch for light, all it does was switch it on if it has power. Yep, that's how it should work. So what I'm going to do is, why does my mouse disappear on that screen? That's really weird. How strange. So Control and L. Let's bring the light down and hit play. Now it has no power, I'm guessing, so the electrical cable is not powered. The light doesn't have power, and just check that the light box, it's connected but there's no power. And the generator, here it is, and the electrical generator is connected, but obviously it's not powered, and it doesn't care about this one anyway. This doesn't check. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the Jenny on. So now the Jenny's on, and my light hasn't come on. Now this is the problem. So now this is powered, it's connected and powered. The electrical cable is not powered. Okay, and for some reason we don't have these ends connected. And why is that? Why are they not connected? And we're still getting this weird output here. So what is causing that not to check? So we need to fix this, because for some reason the code for the cable connection on its construction script set connections is not working. It's not working at all. It's not even getting to this part here. And what we're going to do, just to see, I'm going to have to bring that light up a bit so I can see what I'm doing. If I click that and move that, so now it's connected, look. That's really strange. Now let's see output log, clear log. Let's play. So now, again, let's turn. Oh, need to click on it in here. Generator on, and then let's check the electrical cable. It has its ends connected. It is powered. The base is not powered. And why is that? It's connected but not powered. So while that's still running, let's have a look in here. It's checking now. Generator tick is activated. That's fine. That's the generator. So that's working. That's activated. It's doing things. The cable, it is powered. Yeah. So here, it's not on. Check for power. There's no power. So here, we're not powered. So how is this not setting? The electrical cable is powered. Yeah. So if that's powered, so we're checking for power. And the electrical connector should be checking for power. So let's run this again and turn the Jenny on. Just turn you on. Still nothing. So the electrical connectors. This is awkward because I can't actually see anything running in here because it's an instance. But on tick, we're doing nothing. Aha! I found my problem. See, this is why debugging's fun. It's not, but I'm not checking. Right, should we try again? So let's play. And now let's line that up. I should be able to see this if it works. So because it should light up enough. Let's come to the Jenny and turn it on. So we still have no light. So the light is connected, but it's not powered. And it's saying that the connector is not powered. So that means the electrical cable is not setting it's powered. So that's setting it's powered. We're checking for, all we're doing is checking for, okay. It's coming in here. It's constantly coming in here. Unknown connections. Now, is that the problem we've got down here? Yeah, it's this again. There. Why is it doing that? Is that what caused it again? No, it's not, is it? Oh, yes it is. 1 second. So there's something there with that script that needs to check whether it's connected. Now, it won't be in the construction script. And I'll tell you why. Let's just check that. 1 second later it goes off. 1 second later it goes. There we go. That's working. We finally got there. Now, the reason it won't be in the construction script, it will be in the connection script. So when we make an interactable, player connection thing for the cable, it will be connected. So when we connect it, it will then raise the connections to plug these connectors in here. What's happening is in the construction script, it's running before some of these other objects initialized, and there is ways around that by adding in delays and that, but means I have to put all the code into the event graph, because you can't run delays within functions, and I don't like to get messy like that, and this is only temporary. So the fact of the matter, what was that then? What happened then? Is that my man jumping? It's my man's hand. So yeah, so it will actually go in to there we go. That was more than a sec. That's because there's a second between each thing delay. That's quite interesting. I think it gives a chance for the power to get down the line. Oh, unusual side effect that I kind of like. So yeah. So let's bring the light right down. Shifting one. Let's come out of this. Let's bring the light right down. It's not working. You have to click on it. That's why. There we go. So if I press play now, let's go into our Jenny and activate it. 1, 2. Yeah. Look at that. Nice little lamp. So yeah, it's yeah. It's happening before some of the objects are actually working, or constructed, or something. So it's not returning the value. So if we do it when we attach the cable, when we have like an inventory size system, then it will work. And yeah, it will work. So what we also need to do then is we need to have a way for the Jenny to know what's connected. And the reason for this is it needs to do a little bit of math. And for that math to work, it needs to know what's connected. So then it can say, right, too many things connected, pew, shut down. There is the other option that we could have switches on each port or fuses on each port. So maybe the last thing connected will just pop. I don't know. There's many things you can do with it. We don't want to overcomplicate it. But as you can see, we have a light. We have communication between the light and the cables. And we should now be able to add new ports and things. But that's going to have to be code. Let's bring this light back up now, because let's see. There we go. So we know that's working. There's a lot more we could do with that, but we know the Jenny is working. So what we need to think about is now, without dwelling too much on power, we do need to make this so we've got a modular system for the Jenny, and then everything it knows it's connected to. I think every item is going to have a single cable. I don't think I'm going to have cables that go onto multitudes of items, like daisy chaining or anything like that, at the moment, because that's going to make things really complicated, and I don't want to get really complicated. I want to keep things simple, and I want people to actually work for what they're doing. I don't want them to just be able to just daisy chain stuff like in Satisfactory, but it's not going to be on the capacity of Satisfactory either. See, Satisfactory is like really, really in depth with the factory. Now, this isn't going to be like a factory as such. So see, I've moved that. Now that's no longer reaching. Now, don't know why. So let's select this cable and then just, there we go. But look at that, a little bit of a stretch. Need to also put in some sort of code to understand the distance on that. And I also need to detect when it moves. I wonder how long I could go before it actually gets stupid. Just have a look. There we go. It still stretches, but I need it to sink to the ground a little bit more. So we've probably got to adjust the length of this. I haven't exposed the, I have exposed the cable to an extent. So let's have a look. So if we set that to a lot longer, and then we can set the distance of the cable to something like 500 and maybe 550. There we go. Get some sort of distance. It's still kind of figuring itself out. Look, get some sort of distance calculation between there. What we will do is have a bi-directional connector so that we can extend cables. What's the maximum length of cable on this? It's got to be about 1,000, I'm guessing. So for it to work properly, what I might do, I don't know. We'll have a think about that somewhere. But at the moment, we're going to use these cables, and that will do. So I've waffled on long enough. This is just a short one to show you the fix on the lights. If you need to see anything else, if I missed telling you something, then I need to understand what I missed. So I apologise if I did. What's this end location? Why is it hovering in the air? Why is the end location movable? That's unusual. Normally that jumps straight down there. Is that adjusting the end location? Yeah, it is. So need to be careful of that. Right, so yeah, there's a fix. If there's something I missed, write it down in the comments and I'll try and get back to you, and we'll go back over it, just something, or just I'll just answer if it's simple, maybe an image just to show you what I did, if anything's missing from here. So we have it working. It's a little bit buggy, and that's because we're just trying to do it in codes what something should be done in a different way. So what we're going to work on next is we're going to go back to our generator, and we're going to try and make it so that we can add new connector ports. So to do that, it should be quite simple. I'm going to have a little play around with it first, and then I will come back and see about showing you the best way to go about it, rather than just stretching it out and have you listening and waffle on and me making mistakes. Although obviously we're all human, we all make mistakes, and we're all learning. So there's many different ways to do things. You might even think a better way of what I've done here. If so, go ahead, use it. There's no shame in that. I won't be ashamed to say that, you know, this is perfect. It's not. And it may change many times over the time. So, you know, there's always new ways of learning things. So anyway, let's leave it there, and we'll come back on the next episode and we'll look at doing some modular generators where we can add more inputs, more outputs, more power, and so forth and so forth. Yeah, so we'll make it a little bit more modular. So anyway, that's the end of this video, and again, take it easy, and we'll see you again. Take care. Bye bye.